Hey everybody, welcome to another Roguary. Our attempt to beat every roguelike that I own, or whatever you all throw at me. It's nice to see you here today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Oh, I had a little bit of a break. We've been gone for a few days. Hey, Sponge, thanks to the sub. We are starting out with some Heroes of Hammerwatch 2, which has been locked in for a very long time by Ghidorah. And we've already got another one pre-locked in by a wonderful donation from Mercurio Blue. And even re-added again, so we're gonna have to beat it twice, and that's Monster Train 2. Good to see you shooting games. Good to see you, Merc. Good to see you, Bridget. I've been a late day today because, well, I hurt my hand again. It's good to see you, Ghidorah and Sponge and just everybody. It's nice to be here. I've been away longer than I meant to, but we had a bunch of weddings over the weekend, and it was my week to edit podcasts. And then I was like, yesterday I went, oh, well, I'll be able to do it. And I just was catching up on like all the work that I had missed out on while doing all of the actual weddings to do the edits. And then today I was like, oh shit, I have a dentist appointment. I have another appointment. I have like, it's grocery day at the grocery store where they have like a special once a month. I'm like, fuck, I'm not getting any work done today either. So I've been, and then of course I hurt myself. So it's been a time. But we're good. We're here back to address the Dreadmore thing. Oh, I'm also calling it a win for Dreadmore. Yeah. So, because people were wondering what happened with Dreadmore, I won't make you go back and watch it. But we had multiple crashes every single time that we streamed it. Like it crashed multiple times a night and bugged out more often than that, where I'd have to just close it and restart. I lost progress a few times on those crashes, but generally the autosaves were kind of okay, so I was still pushing through. That run, we made it to the end. We were at Lord Dreadmore, but I went back to just like gain a little bit of extra power, make sure that the run was fully done. I was looking around doing some things, and it crashed again. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I reloaded the game, and when we reloaded it, the only saves that it had were at the very beginning of the run. We'd had a few crashes that had erased some progress before, but nothing like that. It just erased everything. But yeah, the game was really unstable. It had that problem all the time. And we'd already had crashes that erased like an hour or two of progress. And that one erased like 4 or more. Something like that. Like it just erased our entire run. And we were at the end. We had a really good run going. I was just doing like some extra cleanup to, like I said, make more certain that we could beat Dreadmore. So I wasn't going to do the whole run over again, and I'm like, whoa, the game crashed so hard that Dreadmore died. That's 100% what happened. Turns out. And yeah, Dreadmore deceived itself. Yes, it was a constant problem with that game that it crashed and bugged out. It was, like I said, we never completed a run that I did not have to close at least once, or that crashed at least once. Not ever. Well, maybe some of the ones where I like died in the first 5 minutes. But yeah, if it made it more than like 2 or 3 floors, then it was crashing or bugging out. Like we had it crash, we did 21 runs and it crashed, I think 5 or 6 times. So like we're looking at like 20% of the 25% of the time. It was, yeah. It felt like that was an inexcusable amount of crashes to continue to be on the list. And at least if I'm going to have to attempt it, with it being that long, like if it was a shorter game, or if the autosaves were reliable, then maybe, but like, yeah. And I won't lie, it really doesn't help that not only was the game very unstable, very buggy, had these problems with the crashes and like deleting its old saves and things like that, it wasn't very good. Like, it had some neat ideas, but it ultimately ended up being a 5 out of 10 game because it had so many problems. It was really, really hard to see a lot of the action. Another bug that actually killed me a lot was that I would press in a direction, and if I was doing if another action happened while I was pressing that direction, it seemed like opening a door a lot of the times, and like another thing would happen. If it had to load in, it would just keep holding the button even if I had stopped pressing it. But it's a game where every turn is a button press, so it would take like 20, 30 turns in an instant, and I'd have to like, stop, and it killed me more than a few times. So like I was losing hours and hours of runs to bugs and crashes, and like, I mean, yeah, at a certain point that's just, it's, you know, I can stand losing to some bullshit, but when it's that high of a percentage, like I wouldn't be surprised if it was a third or more of our runs died to a bug or a crash in a way, and it's like, I can't do that. I just can't. In any case, we're moving on to other games. It's a game, Dreadmore was a game, I will say it one more time, I would actually be very excited about a Dungeons of Dreadmore 2, because the ideas that are cool in that game are very cool. But it's kind of indefensible if you've played a bunch of other roguelikes. Like, it's... Yeah, it has... Exactly, Bridget. It has a lot of extremely dated mechanics for the time that it was in, and a lot of bugs and crashes and weird hitches and things. And it would have made it kind of rough for the time, and, like, now it's just rancid. It's fun to tool around in for a bit because, man, like, the skill system's really neat. Alright, let's jump on in. We've got... Let's do Jeef. Let's do our Jeef here. This is a game that I absolutely love. I really liked Heroes of Hammerwatch 1. Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 has been really good to me. I think that they added in a lot of really cool stuff. To answer you, Blue Frost, about if I've been watching any MSI, I watched the... sorry. I watched some of the play-ins, and I haven't had time to do more, so I really, really, really want to, and I have not been able to. Oh god, I almost like feel like I need the tutorial again for this. Okay, I put them on the mouse. Sure. Skill 3 is Q. Those are dash. Potions are R. Okay, uses F. Got. Some of the matches have been really good. Ah, that's exciting. Yeah, I really want to play it. I really want to watch it. I was in the middle of watching a Age of Empires 2 streamer tournament, and so I've been trying to finish that one first. We are already locked for the next game. Mercurio donated while we were in the middle of Dreadmore, and gave a ton of subs and stuff, so I wanted to honor that with what Mercurio wanted. Is there more stuff that we need to do around town right now? I don't know. It looks like we've got our skills up, so that's good. We've done our attributes. I think that we've probably spent most everything. Ooh, although apparently we could do this. I kind of like waiting and using them for our main skills, and then after we've got that done, then putting more points into the weapons. Teams are cooking. God, you're making me excited for MSI. I normally only watch Worlds. I've kind of gotten out of watching more than that, but... What's MSI? It is Mid-Season Invitational in League of Legends. I'm a villain. I just like watching Faker. I got back into watching League a while ago when, like, Faker made kind of a really grand return. Okay, I think we're good. So we've got our main hand weapon of a mace, our offhand weapon of a shield, which does kind of like a shield bash charge thing. Oh, I should look and see. So we have Demon's Tail. Conjures a whip to lash out in a forward direction, dealing physical damage and inflicting slow. Dark ritual, your step performing ritual completes after a few seconds. They take physical damage while inside the area and even more damage it completes. Oh, and we have to stay in it. Got you. And then we get Soul Vortex. So we've got some passives. Stacks of Essence. When we hit enemies with melee. Increases our max health and magic. And then we've got... Okay, so we're very tanky. Which is funny for, like, a warlock? Forgot that this is the tank class, right? Ooh, okay. Man. I love the way that the character classes in this game feel. Like, you always feel like you're doing something powerful. Everything feels kind of busto, although you always end up dying. It's a cool spot to be. Alright, and we can pick one of these. Also, Sponge, you did sub before we started streaming the game. Did you want to add an attempt to Heroes of Hammerwatch? I know that you're generally a Hammerwatch fan. I just didn't know if you wanted to do that for this one. If you knew what game we were playing or anything before you subbed. Since we did it on the starting screen, I was just like... I was going to ask you about that. Awesome. I'm gonna go with this, I think. Yeah. Let's do Life Siphon. Extra damage minus to taken. Yeah, let's just get super tanky. And then here's the game. It's kind of Diablo-esque, I guess, but I don't know, feels a little more active than that. I mean, you're using, like, keyboard movement, not really clicking around. I haven't played Diablo in a long time, so I don't honestly know how new Diablo plays all that well. Resources. There's a lot of meta progression in this game, which I don't mind, but it's extremely not traditional roguelike, if that makes sense. There's our lash. I'm like, I'm not even using my skills. What am I doing? That's the circle. Okay, we get a pick. Every fourth weapon attack unleashes a couple of throwing stars, which deal extra damage. More health and more physical damage. Let's go health. Especially because it's also physical damage. And this does, this normally does physical damage also. Projectiles gain a chance to explode for additional damage. Oh, that was our passive. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That seems rad. Here's our vortex thing that we have. That's pretty strong. God, that lasts a long time. Kept forgetting, I'm like, oh right, I'm just using my like main and offhands. I should use my skills too. We're way over leveled for this area. You can always start out like this though. Well, okay, after the first run, I suppose. And this is going to be the way to the secret path. I'll open this for you. Because we beat that boss. As you beat bosses, you kind of unlock some shortcuts. You don't have to go all the way through previous areas. I am going to finish this area before we do that. Like, I want to be able to pick up any goodies and stuff like that that we might find lying around. Ow! Ah! We've only gotten one item so far. One of the coolest things about this game is always just like how many items you can get. Here's a Hammer Watch 1, you just get like 100 items on a run, which was rad. You missed Dreadmore being defeated. Yes. Ow. Dreadmore died so horribly that the game can never be re-added. It can never be re-added. It got deleted from my computer by him dying so bad. It was embarrassing. He like tripped over his own feet, fell down the stairs, jabbed a sword in his own eye, and then deleted himself from my computer. It was incredible. Just an absolute victory on my behalf. Poison penetration. That makes me a little sad that I didn't go for the rest of the poison stuff that we could have added in. Because this class has a bunch of poison things if we wanted to go that route. There's a ton of different builds you can do for all the classes. Oh, and lightning. Okay, there is the crackling whip we saw for our, like, demon's lash. That thing. So that's becoming a little more enticing now that we have some extra lightning penetration. Okay, that would be if we want to go on the main path. But we've already beaten... This is like 3 bosses that we skip. Like I said, we're way over leveled, so I wanted to just grab those items and then head out. There's something there, though. There we go. Those are important meta progress materials. We really want to have them. God. I gotta say, I always like the look of Here's a Hammer Watch 1, and every time that I look at this game, I'm like, this game is gorgeous. Like, can we just spend a minute just being like, some pixel artists here did an absolutely fucking stellar job. This game looks unreal. It's so good. Now I actually need to focus up quite a bit too, because this is going to be real fights, huh? This is one of those games where you feel like you're doing really, really well, and then suddenly you come across somebody and they delete you. Soul Shaper Cleaves Soul 2. Extra chance for the explosion. We could do the Crackling Lash that we talked about. Ooh. That's interesting. So like everything around, we always have this. This is a passive for our Aura of Atrophy. So like anything that's close to us, every time that we do a spell, they take fire damage. That's kind of sick. Seems really, really good. It's too bad, because this is actually going for the lightning penetration item that we got. Then I need to remember to cast them. I did cast some spells in that fight. I just did that. I was casting spells that fight. You leave me alone. I used my ultimate there. I didn't like my big swirly thing. I'll definitely be using more. God, what a dick move. I'm gonna take it. Screw you. Rings of Rejuvenation. Less damage. Greater Ring of Speed. The weapon speed is really nice. There's a chance on crit to drop a red symbol. Oh, yeah. Okay. So are we close to any... We did get the Rings of Recovery bonus. Oh, and we do have the Gemstone one. I thought it was 3. 20% to all resistances seems pretty good. If we can get there. So gotta remember, we want like... We've got a lot of Rings of Recovery, and we've got a lot of gemstones. See, look at that! I'm casting spells. Casting spells, using our shield. I'm doing all of it. This is now the area where, like, stepping on this plant material, it'll constantly attack you. And we can't kill them, like, it's just... That's one of the hazards of this dungeon. You're helping by making me cast things on spite. I'm not saying you're wrong. I want to see. Cool. Ow! feel like we're doing like good AoE, and I wish that I just had like a little more actual raw damage right now. We'll find some good items for that.
Ow. Down, creep.
We are also kind of untouchable too, though. Like, right now, there's been nothing that's been hurting us. What the fuck is that again? What is that? Oh no, I don't remember. It's been too long. What the fuck is that? Is that a curse thing that we accept? It might be. Yes, we get Shadow Curse. Hi, buddy! You can come on. Go ahead. Sorry, I do have to answer a quick message, because... Or at least look at it. Tanya is out, Oh, this gives us Shadow Curse. I really want Markham Stone so bad. Any of the Markham stuff is so good. Oh, interesting. Okay, we can take 3 Shadow Curse, I think. That seems fair. Gotta remember exactly what that is. I think it's like a 3% chance to miss. Reduces armor and resistances by 9, 3 per stack. Okay. Just a little curse, it'll be fine. Them introducing the curse mechanic in this is like, well, it's also in the DLC in 1, right? Or was that in this? I don't remember. I think it's in the Mummies one. The curse thing is like just a really good push-pull mechanic. Like really, really good. It very much just tempts you to be super greedy. We've got curse in the pyramid. That's in 1, right? I'm mixing up the 2. The curse in pyramid is miss. Yes, okay. Yeah, that one was brutal, because you could get, like... It's easy to accidentally just start missing constantly. I'm gonna keep going with that. It's maybe been a little underwhelming having that as our ability. I don't know, I haven't loved it, but I've already put a bunch into it, so I might as well like see if we can improve it.
Ow.
And it really doesn't make sense, I think, to like invest in it halfway and then go, well, it's garbage, and switch. I'd rather learn and then like either go down the ship or be like, oh yeah, no, this is where it gets like absolutely fucked up broken. You know what I mean? Hey, you, good to see you. Yes, yeah. The tension push-pull of, like, push it a little further mechanics is always super good. Like, in my opinion, I think those are rad. Okay, wait, we can kill the hooks, huh? Huh. We just can't kill these ones. Or, no, I don't think so. Yeah. Also, the hooks just keep popping up. I don't know if they're like... dead. Or maybe they do stay dead. Yeah, the curse, like, traps and stuff is kinda... I didn't love that from 1. I didn't love that in Pyramid. I gotta get hurrying. Keep forgetting. I'm like, alright, we're gonna get like great threats. They do have a timer in these games. Where the longer you spend on a level, eventually things go nasty for you. God, I also need to pay attention. What am I doing? Let me just stop and think for half a second. I'm being a real dork. Yeah, it had the pickups for the curse, so like, yeah, wasting the pickups felt bad. Yeah, I like the curse a little bit more here. But I do like, I still like the curse in 1. Like, I think that it's better implemented here. But I gotta say, I love a good, like, kick your own ass mechanic. It's just great. Anything where you know, like, okay, I died there and it feels like bullshit, but also, I know 100% that is my fault. Like, I got greedy. Like, that feels great. I love that kind of thing. It's just smart. Yeah, the hooks here are definitely annoying. You can kill them, though. Yeah, I died there from getting one shot, but also I might not have been one shot if I hadn't reduced my armor by 200%. Yeah, exactly. This vortex is so good. I need to pay attention because there's also a lot of secrets in this game, and I haven't really been looking. There's often like cracked walls and stuff. You enjoy Smuck Beta's design? Yep, yeah. I think it's a good way to, like, catch your players, but it's not total bullshit. Okay, does this flip every time? And how do I get through? I have to go to this side? The lever, it looks like? Oh god, what am I doing? There we go. That opens it. Oh, that's hard to keep track of in your head. That's really tough. Also, mwah. Oh, another Markham's. So good. should be able to see... There is a secret there. Yes, okay. Yeah, this one does mark them on the map. It was there, right? Why is it not there anymore? No, okay, there it is. I just was zoomed in weird. Sure. I'm very bad at following the directions that I've got on this map. Oh god, yeah, cleaning your own ass. Like, how do you feel about the traps? Oh, the traps are... I'm so bad with them. I'm so bad with them. I mean, if you've ever watched me play Hammer Watch 1, I constantly kill myself by going for horrible traps that I absolutely have no business whatsoever doing when I'm like... But there's a treat. What if mwah, like a little succulent treat for me. That thing seems very good for our tanky bill. Like, but I want my little treat. I gotta have it. Even if I have like no real clue as to like how to actually beat the trap, I'll always walk into them. It's a horrible, horrible problem that I have. I'm terrible for it. I don't wanna leave a treat behind. Coiled Serpent adds poison damage to weapons, and we also get the crawling critters thing. When it's released, a coiled snake projectile attack location. Poison damage. Cool. We really, really need to, the more like weapon speed that we can get right now seems really good. We've got all these like, oh, as you hit, you get like a projectile. See, I'm casting spells. I love casting spells. You need to yell at me, BS Ben. Thank you for yelling at me, it did help. I haven't played this game in months, it's hard to remember. Is that not... No? I am part of the Shadow Warlock Money Gang. We're going all in on cleaving, I guess. That like big AoE thing that we get, like the big symbol conflagration or whatever, is something I feel like I'm going to use a lot more against bosses. We can kind of keep them in the area. An imp! I see him. I see our little guy. Hey, buddy! What up? Okay. So that... Neat. Oh, minus Shadow Curse gain. That's so cool. Dang. I get to be greedy and kick my own ass more. For me? A way to kick my own ass? Tempest Helmet of Thorns? I don't actually have enough to wear that, it looks like. 15 physical damage when taking damage. That seems really good for us, actually. We're one short? We're one short? Oh, that sucks, because that seems, like, awesome for us, actually. We're really, really tanky. We're taking a bunch of damage, so, like, reflection damage type stuff seems extremely what we want. Fucking Noodle Arms Majif here, yeah. Stuck on a music board. Spend more magic! I can hear the whole shop theme in my head, yeah. God, Stargunner's a great little shmup. Maybe we just need to have like a shmup day where it's like go through Tyrion and Stargunner and a ton of those. Kinda wanna. I have too many things I want to do though. We got an invitation from somebody in our Discord. They were trying to put together a game for like all the community to join playing some like Mecha Chameleon. And I like that's kind of like the game du jour right now, but it also seems like a fun one. I've always wanted to play I never got into any of the like oh god, what's it called? But like the prop hunt games. I always wanted to do more of those. I always thought they were really, really cool. And that one seems like a really good version of it. Like, it's the game of the moment, and so you could probably hate on it for that, but it seems like a really good game of the moment, personally. That game's been really fun to watch. Yeah, it seems like it's great. I don't want to trade any of these. Infinite prop variety, prop hunt seems great. Yeah, it's also like, I've seen, like, there's lots of good jokes that you can have, too. Like, if you just... It lends itself to, if you just want to be goofy and not necessarily win for a round, you can do, like... You can pull some fun pranks, just because, like, it allows you to be very creative. The open-ended creativeness of it seems like a great idea. It's a cool addition to the formula. Yeah, it's really low stakes, exactly. Like, it's not... It feels very friendly. I would probably do it with, like, other streamers and that stuff, too. I had an invitation, like I said, in our Discord, which is free, we had someone trying to get together a group to do it. And also, I had some streamers invite me. It was a night where I was absolutely not able to do it, and I was so mad about it. I was like, oh no, I'd love to do that. I was thinking about getting the game even, but didn't have a choice. That's neat, but I don't think it's, like, super necessary. Okay, so I'm only lowering... Currently we just have 9 Shadow Curse. Well, 3. And that's lowering our resistance by 9. Lowering my resistance by 51. Can't be that bad, right? I actually don't really know how much that corresponds to things. Like, what are our resistances at? Can we see our resistances? Yeah, wow. Would I like to have no resistance? Would I like for my resistance to go back to 0? I mean, it's not negative resistance. Okay, I will take that. I think that's fair. I mean, we don't just have to dodge. We're very tanky in general. I've gotten a lot of tanky stuff. I need something that deals some extra damage. Like, actually, the more that I think about that is seriously a legitimately good excuse for what I did there, I think. Oh, I did not step out of that zone. I do think that it is a very reasonable thing to be like, look at all the item choices that I've had, and I've constantly been like, okay, pick the tanky option. All my skill upgrades, pick the tanky option. Let's keep ourselves alive. And we're already on a character that has a lot of that. I don't know, it seems fair for me to be like, you know what? We need to kill things. And look at how we're killing things now.
Ow!
What am I doing? Oh, nope. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, what am I doing? It's R, right? I can't actually remember what my potion button is. It's been too long. It's been way too long. R is potion. Okay, okay. Arachnoid Legacy. We almost have all of the critter stuff, huh? Huh. Okay. Kind of like a breakable wall. He's really bad at killing that in Hammerwatch 2. I've had such a hard time with it. Yeah. That's our friend. I don't see one on the map.
Ow!
Part of the problem of how good and detailed the pixel art is, I find that the secrets are harder to find. Oh, they made their game look too good. Ugh. Stupid thing to complain about. I mean, I think that it is actually kind of a legit complaint at a certain point. Like, things can get too busy. Yeah, Warlock's all about dodging, definitely. I would like this. Need some help back. I'm being really bad about this. I'm being real stupid. Ooh. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh no! What was I doing? I fucked up bad. I fucked up real bad. Oh, I shouldn't have died there. That was very silly. Oof. Oof. Bad death. But hey, it's my... you saw I was constantly like... I didn't even remember what my potion button was right at the end, so... It's a thing that's gonna happen. It's okay. It's fine. Am I a little sad? Yeah, I probably could have done better, but also like, it's okay. God, I love that all of the, like, there's so many classes in this game, but then they also have, like, a bunch of different builds for those classes, where they can play really differently. I would like to get that 31 strength, thank you. Right, okay. Oh, I was also leveling this Soul Shaper one. I probably should have realized that, or like looked at some point and saw that, oh hey, would you look at that? It's a thing that I only have one level in. Yeah. Should probably focus on upgrading ones that are already good. Oop, I didn't mean to do that, but... that's okay. Reading, man. Right? Who wants to read? Dreadmore died horribly. My character was winning the fight. I raised up my blade to strike the final blow. And then Dreadmore, like, cowered backwards, fell down the stairs, impaled himself on his own dagger, and then, like, fell down a hole, like, got up with, like, the dagger in his eye, impaled, and couldn't see anywhere, and stumbled around, fell down a deep pit, and you could just, like, hear him bouncing all the way down. It was horrible. Really embarrassing way to die. Just tragic. We beat him so bad that it deleted the game from my hard drive. You heard something about save files. No, save files don't exist. That's the problem with Dreadmore. He doesn't believe in save files, as it turns out. He'll tell you he does, but he's lying. Okay. Interesting. Also, we're gonna put that on, because hell yeah. A real roguelike. Does Rogue have save files? No. Does Rogue crash every, like, 4 times a run? Does Rogue need to constantly be reset because it steals your mouse from you? Or, like, makes you input a direction for like 20 turns with no input from you, or just straight crashes to desktop constantly? Does it do any of that? No? Man, I guess it's not much like Rogue, huh? Let's talk to the armor guys. Got him. Rogue does also have save files, yes. I don't think, yeah, they're not super useful, but they're there. What's the new equipment, right? And this is sell stuff. Whatever. Too much thinking and reading. Okay, we got all the armor upgrades. Cool.
Oh.
These ones. Combo trainer. Interesting. Oh shit! I don't remember this one. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, that rules. Because making it, like, in the first game, combos are just for killing enemies, so you can kind of, like, set up different kinds of combos. Let's you have, like, really different play styles. That's so rad. Wait a minute, I have not been up here? What is over here? Oh, it's blocked off. Okay. That looked like I could get through. You've been meaning to play this, but you've been busy playing every other video game in the world, so you haven't been able to do it. Did you ever play Heroes of Hammer Watch 1, Toonhead? Because I really liked 1. Yes, have you played Heroes of Hammer Watch 1? No, okay. I would recommend 2 then, personally. I like 2 more. I think 1 is an awesome game. You've never heard of these games? Oh. Oh wow. Yeah, no, Heroes of Hammer Watch is a really, really good series. It's a lot of fun in multiplayer. There's a lot of incentive to do multiplayer stuff. That move speed. I might want to save up for that. No, I wasn't doing it's a lot like the first game joke. I was gonna say that, like, if you've played 1 and you're looking for, like, what the differences are, I was going to kind of talk about that. Jokes? I don't do jokes here. We're a serious stream where I, like, do solid recommendations. Have you never seen how I sit down and work through all of my game recommendations for, like, 30-year-old DOS games? Or 40-year-old DOS games or more? Serious business. That's what we're for. Let's change it to elemental breakfast, actually. I think I like that more. What am I missing? Wait, do we have to have 1,000 to go? Oh, wait. That's what it is, right. We have to unselect these? I used up all my money. Oh no, oh no! Okay, hold up. So I actually want to bring in food, I need to pay for it, right. I think there's some things we can sell. Don't love selling off the wood, but it's okay. Oops. Am I ranking them scientifically? I'm ranking them according to the only thing that matters, my heart. Me, the main character. Not science. Better than science. My way of ranking things is subjective, which is objectively the best way to rank things. We already have the astute breastplate. Is it literally the exact same one? Wow. I have not gotten a repeat item like that yet. Interesting. I certainly don't remember getting a second one. Positive I didn't. Interesting. Only hit by the end of the whip, although it is the life leech is pretty cool, but I'm bad at using that darker jewel, and I kinda like squeezed my hand a little bit and accidentally clicked it, so I definitely want to use it more often, which I'm going to do and really like. It's great. See, I'm gonna use it all the time. My favorite skill on this character. Yep. 100%. But yes, if you're looking for like a recommendation of this game, you will get a full-throated one from me. I haven't been able to play it anywhere near as much as I've wanted to. I loved Here's a Hammer Watch 1, and I think that 2 improves on it in pretty much every way. I've had some people say that they don't like certain things about this one, like the new inventory system, like having items like this kind of stuff. I've actually liked it, like everything that... I can see why you might not, but I've personally been real in for all of it. And if you can get a group of, like, friends together to play it, if you have other people that own it, then my recommendation becomes from, like, this game is good to this game is one of the best games that you can have, if you like roguelikes. Like, if you have a friend group that wants to play, like, a top-down action RPG kind of thing like this, then they're really, 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 really good. I think it's just 4-player again. It was in the first game. I don't know for this one off the top of my head. See, but, like, it's got really cool things like, you get so many items, and they all have, like, set bonuses ultimately and stuff like that. There's some really cool push-pull mechanics that we're gonna get to. Like, you can choose to get cursed to get more items, but obviously getting cursed is really bad. No, it's not 3 only. Yeah, I don't know about the mods situation. For either of them, really. Huh, the drums of battle is really interesting, but I think that I would be very bad about using that. I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, you know what? Our character is all about not dying. Let's continue to not die. Even like the water effects make this game look so cool. This game is absolutely gorgeous. I know I've said it before, but man, I love the way this game looks. I think it was Ghidorah that got me to play Hammerwatch 2. I don't know if it was Ghidorah or Sponge for Hammerwatch 1. I know that we had a group together where we were playing for a while. When summer's over and I'm a little more free, I would love to do like a group for Hammerwatch 2. I think a lot of people are done playing it, sadly. Kind of finished the game, did all the runs, and they're like, nah, my town's like fully upgraded and I've like kind of unlocked everything. You'd play it again? Fair enough. Apex really made people find out who the 4th wheel was. Yeah. It's too bad because there's really no reason why 3 over 4 or something, right? Like, but it's just that 4 has been so standard for so long that now doing 3 feels like you're gonna have to tell someone to go fuck themselves. Or like you are? Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, part of the coolest thing about this game is just how many classes you can get and how differently they play. That was true in Hammerwatch 1 also. There was like, God, like 20 classes or something when you had all the DLC. And in this one, there's a bunch of classes, and then there's also like promotions for the classes. So you can still have like, this is a warlock, and you can have a warlock that's like this one where we're very tanky and rely on a lot of auras and stuff. And then there's other ones that are like, no, they cast like ghost dogs. Soundtrack by RZA. Get all the Forrest Whitaker you want. There's a lot of different ways to play even inside of the class. Which is cool. Being by myself, we are tanking it up. At least so far. said before too, I really do think this game absolutely nails the aesthetic, the design. Like, not just the art, like the music's good too. There's so much cool stuff in this game. I will gush praises for this a lot. I'm a big fan of this series. It's one of my favorite roguelike of all time. Man, it is just super, super solid. I know, people are gonna have to make me do the ranking of rogues next, huh? I mean, we were even talking about, like, we've just had combo, that's why we got, like, that purple aura around us. Which is... you get it for killing a certain number of enemies, and then it gives you, like, a bunch of bonuses to, like, regen, and move speed, and damage, and all kinds of things like that. In this game, in Hammerwatch 2, they made it so you can, like, go to a vendor in town and change what your combo procs off of, so it can proc off of doing, like, a bunch of dashes in a row, or casting multiple spells, so like you're not necessarily killing a lot of things, but instead like healing your party members. You can do that kind of thing, and then it'll even like change what your combo does. It's just, God, some cool stuff. Also, I will very much keep it in mind, your offer, Sponge. When I have some time, I'd love to do it. I mean, I used to play Hammerwatch even off-stream with people, because, like, it's a game that I love playing, but it doesn't get a lot of views. People were like, oh, I don't want to see Hammerwatch anymore when I was playing it all the time. So I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'll enjoy my own time. And I just kind of can't do that right now. I'm so busy over the summers. I'll go with the Soul Vortex, sure. Okay, we did get that Drums of Battle, which... God, I might actually just need to look at that again. Oh, and we got... Ooh, we got 2 of the Scavengers ones. That's really good. That's awesome. Okay, so this is casting 2 spells in 2 seconds grants a buff that increases your weapon and cast speed. Okay. We're not doing a lot of fast casting on this character. Nothing that we do is particularly fast, I would say. A very kind of trundling guy. I wanted to see if the Drums of Battle thing would show. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's what's showing the Drums of Battle. Got you. I thought it would show on here, but I see the visualization for it. It's a melody under us. Sweet. Oh yeah, another cool thing about these games, I haven't had as much of it on this run yet, but I really like that it feels like the stuff you're doing is very unique and varied. And what I mean by that is that, yeah, there's a ton of combat. Obviously, it is mostly a combat game. Oh, this but the game is like, it has like a bunch of traps and stuff that you need to learn to navigate to get all the goodies. And so, like, being good at combat's great, but you gotta be able to figure out a lot of, like, weird puzzle traps and stuff, too. They also have some really neat kind of, like, puzzle bosses. Or, like, at least, they wouldn't necessarily be, like, full puzzle bosses, but it would make it easier if you could solve a little bit of, like, a riddle that would be throughout the, levels. Hey, nobody! Good to see you fist angrily. No time for this place again. Nope, we are done with Dreadmore. What happened to the Dreadmore? We won!
Ow! Ow!
Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. The real answer is, I was on a run that looked like it was winning. And we had, yet again, another big bug that crashed the entire game. And not only crashed the entire game, but also got rid of all of our saves. We were in Diggle Hell doing, like, cleanup before we went to Dreadmore, because we had already done, like, level 9. And just wanted to get, like, some extra power to finish the game. And it deleted, like, when I say all of our saves, I mean, I could start from level 1 again. And I'd had that happen, not that bad of a crash, where it had deleted that much progress, because I hadn't made it that far, but it had the problem of it deleting my saves and forcing me to lose, like, an hour plus of progress a couple times before, on top of, like, dying to a bunch of the bugs where, like, it would force me to keep moving in a direction after I hadn't put input in, and that in a tactical roguelike where every move is a turn, that just kills you in, like, seconds. You can't just auto move like that, like, not the way that game works. And we had that happen all the time. Like, that was a bug that happened basically every single level. We would have that kind of thing pop up where it was doing that, and it killed a ton of our runs. So after just dying over and over to bugs, and then finally to, like, a crash that stole what was looking like a really, really good run right at the final boss, and deleting all of the saves, we ended it. I really, really hate to do that. It kind of feels like it sullies the whole thing, and it was really nice for Ghidorah to, like, Ghidorah wanted to show us a really cool game that obviously a lot of people loved. Like, so many people came out of the woodwork specifically for Dreadmore, and like, it just didn't work, right? Like, just that many bugs, that many crashes, and them being that catastrophic was too much for me to really put up with and do it over and over again. Like, we had to be able to finish the game without it doing that constantly. Let's do the heavy impact. Stuns are really strong. Oh, right, we didn't do this one. How am I doing this trap? one doesn't look too bad. Although it's very mean of them to put spikes right on that top too. Ooh, we got a Markham Stone set. Oh, now we're too early. I got excited. The Markham's items are all so cool. Okay, this doesn't make sense. This is a room that always shows up at scenes. There's a secret with that room. There's something weird going on there. Does he just give us a trinket? I guess. Give me all of them. Come on, I'm the hero. Let's rob him. Hit him with the mace. Get his ass. Yeah, since we got roped into the Dreadmore conversation again, which I knew would happen a fair bit, because obviously, like, that was a pretty big thing on the channel. People loved the Dreadmore playthroughs. We got a lot of viewership for that stuff. People like Dreadmore a lot. And, like, I don't want to say that I did not like Dreadmore 1, but there's things that I really like about Dreadmore 1. Like, it wasn't like some horrible, miserable experience entirely or anything like that. There's some really cool stuff about that. So much so that, like, it's not like a, you know, like, oh god, like, I never see this fucking game again. Like, I don't ever want to see anything done by those devs or whatever. Like, it's not at all like that. If anything, I would be very excited if there was a legit announcement for Dreadmore 2. Because I think that it has a ton of potential, and there's a lot of the problems that they have with it are really easy to fix if they just think about them. If they just look at other roguelikes and what they've done and go, hey, wait, they would get some really cool stuff right away. It's an old one and it's visible, but even it being old, it was dated at the time. It has a lot of things that are like, because, like, for example, it does stuff like having the sprites be longer than the grid makes it so that it's visually overlapping itself all the time, which makes it really hard to parse out a lot of things. In that kind of tactical game, that's a cardinal sin. Like, that's a really big problem. Things like that. Things like not having diagonal movement or attack is just, like, really weird and dated. Even for that time, like, even for that game, there's a lot of stuff in there that's really, really strange and dated, even for it being a little bit older itself. Like, it feels like it's a game that was designed in, like, the 90s and not the 2000s. And, I mean, it was, like, 2010 also. So, like... It was very strange, some of the very basic parts of, like, what those types of tactical roguelikes didn't do, or did do, and that game didn't, that were really strange to me. Like, I think I said it before, but it really did feel like playing a modern shooter, but the gun is in the middle of the screen and there's no crosshair. And just being like, well, wait, but I can't fucking... Like, why is this gun in the middle of the screen? Who does this? Or like even, not even a modern, but like say like a, you know, like imagine if Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, like the first, or Modern Warfare, the first one, right? Like the first of the like non-World War II kind of shooters, had you have like a gun in the middle of the screen and like a percentage health bar at the bottom, it'd just be like shooters don't do this. We grew out of that like 15 years ago. Why would you do this? This is like an obvious mistake. And it kind of felt like that. Like it felt like a role-playing game that had a lot of really cool ideas, but also had looked very little at other roguelikes for what any of the stuff that they had done too. Like it didn't learn a lot from other roguelikes. It had a ton of really cool ideas, but it also just needed to take some from others. I don't know if it's as bad as, like, to change the subject a little bit. I don't know, I guess I never played it, so I don't know if it's as bad or worse or whatever, but I still remember, like, just the idea of not taking any of the lessons from the past and moving it forward. Remember when New World, that MMO, came out from Amazon, and they hyped up, they used it as part of their marketing. Also, we're absolutely slamming that. They used it as a part of their marketing that they're like, oh, we're building MMOs now from the ground up. We're making sure that, like, we don't pay any attention to what old MMOs do. We're gonna, like, build it from scratch like we've never seen an MMO before, so that it'll be a wholly unique experience. And that sounds good for 5 seconds until you think about it. And if anybody knows about that game, they ran into all the problems that early MMOs solved, like, immediately. Like, for example, they did really, really, really obvious stupid shit. Like, you had client-side updates of the map and stuff, which, what that means in English was that, like, it wasn't server side for a lot of, like, the updates, and that way what you could do is, because, like, damage would be counted when it happened on your side and not on server side, if you just unlocked your mouse and grabbed the, like, put the game into a window and jiggled the window so that, like, the game was frozen, you would not be able to take damage. Yes, the chat a JavaScript compiler. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that was also very dumb. That seems really good. Ooh, it's 11 Shadow Curse. Oh boy. It's also going to be 11 because they're the same rarity. Like, that's really good, but extra cast speed too. Yeah, the, like, jiggling your window, though, like, because that was a problem with some really, really early MMO stuff. Like, I can't remember what that was. Like, it was like, I don't know if, like, Dark Age of Camelot ran into that, or, but, like, one of those ones, like, early stuff before World of Warcraft even, like, that was a problem, where they were like, oh shit, yeah, no, you've got to do it server side, so people can't use these very easy, obvious exploits to, like, walk into a crowd, do a big AoE, like, oh, everything around me takes damage, and then just grab my window and go, ooh, I'm invincible. Like... so much Shadow Curse. It's the let's listen. Let's get the benefits. What if I make the curse work for me? Prudent financial investment. And we got a Markham set. Oh my god, that's so good. So now we get armor and resistance for every trinket in our inventory. I kind of wish that I had taken more curse. Because, like, the curses nuke are... Yeah, reduces armor and resistance by 30, 3 per stack. So we've reduced it by 30, but still our resistances are double what they were last time because of the Markhams. Like, on our last run when we were here, we had 60. We now have 126. That's so fucked up. The Markham sets are wild. They're so good. Yeah, every once in a while you get like a game studio or like a specific dev or something that's like, I'm refusing to learn lessons from the past, and it's always a very funny nightmare. Like, what was it the Atari console, like, redone thing they were gonna do? Or was it the Tommy Tallarico one, where they were like, yeah, well, we're gonna make a new console, and it's gonna operate like old consoles, where it's gonna be cool, and like, we're not gonna have any day one patches. It's all just gonna be like cartridges, so like, games are gonna have to work the first time. They're not allowed to have bugs. Which, like, that sounds great when you hear like, okay, it's gotta work. ColecoVision. Was it the ColecoVision they advertised that shit on? Yeah, the ColecoVision was one of them. I don't remember the one that was... Because there was a few that were going on at the time, like these retro, modern retro console kind of things. And they... Fuck, I see. One of them marketed on that kind of thing. And we're really big on it. Was it the Intellivision? Yeah, there's the Intellivision one, and then there was the ColecoVision. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, there were a couple, but one of them specifically had their marketing be that, like, we won't have day one patches, it's gonna be cartridges, and we're gonna make sure that the games work right out of the box, just like back in the old days. And they're forgetting that devs were like, when you could do patches, devs were like, oh, thank Christ we can do patches. Oh my god, this is so much better than having to, like, do revisions to the entire game and try and send those out so that there's multiple copies of the same cartridges. See you later, Sponge. Have a good night. Yeah, like, oh no! Oh, you bought, like, version 1 of this game? Yeah, sorry, that's got, like, these bugs in it that make it it makes it impossible to actually beat the game. Sorry, we fucked that up. Don't worry, we fixed it in revision 2 if you'd like to buy the game again. Like... Yes, the Intellivision Amico, yes. Yeah, you always get people that they always think that they just shouldn't learn from the past. Such an incredibly dumb way of running things. Yeah, we fucked up the localization. Now it's fucked up forever. Oops, sorry. Yeah, the money cap's lower than the check. God, what was that one? I can't remember that one. And you always had, like, the famous, like, Jill sandwich. So yeah, just a lot of people just not remembering that, like... It used to just be that when games were broken, they were broken forever. Well, we're getting all of the stuff that negates our Shadow Curse, so that's pretty rad. And we didn't take that much Shadow Curse. Oh, and that was the thing that I was talking to you about earlier, Toonhead, about, like, another cool thing this game has of, like, a push-pull mechanic. Is, like, there's the traps, because, like, I can just not do the traps. They're really dangerous. Some of them will just kill. These ones aren't that bad yet. In Hammer Watch 1, there's a lot of traps that just straight fucking kill you, like, instantly. There's some nasty, nasty traps in Hammer Watch 1, and I'm sure we're gonna get to some worse ones as this game progresses. But, like, they can get really tricky and interesting. And you can just avoid them entirely. But then there's also, like, in this one now, they've got, like, that Shadow Curse where you get, like, those shrines and you can grab all the items, but if you do, you're just not going to have any armor or resistance at all. And, like, everything will kill you. So there's... I love that kind of mechanic. I love the idea of a thing where it's like, okay, I need to kick my own ass. How much do I kick my own ass? Okay, this is the boss that killed us, and I feel like it shouldn't. Let's see if I've learned my lesson. Make sure that we get these ads out of here right away. Taking a little bit slower this time. Right that way. Forgot about that floating guy. Pop this through. We have a lot of potions, so... feel like we're doing much better this time. I mean, granted, last time I also died in seconds because I lost focus. I gotta remember not to do that again. Trying to force you down. Almost died. Thank you. Hit him one more time. He deserves it. Gotta be more stuff. Girdle of Might, Pristine Focus. Venomous Heavy Daggers of Weakness. Needs 35 dexterity. We have like 16. We're not a dexterity character. Seem cool. Or at least not with like our current build. I wonder if there's a warlock build that would go in on dexterity. Probably. Okay, I feel like we're maybe missing a secret. Is there a wall we can take down? No, but I do see... that there's this thing that we didn't look at. But yeah, thanks everybody for putting up with me being a little later this week and like taking some time off. It's been one of those ones where like I had weddings all weekend, so I had like my regular job. And then I came back and I was like, okay, I gotta get going on all this editing shit. And so I felt really behind and I needed a day to do that. And then of course tonight, oh right, okay, those are like enchanted hammers that I remember that now. It's like weird enchanted weapons in this. I like injured my hand, and also I was realizing like, oh shit, I've got like 10 health point man, and I also have like grocery day at the grocery store. I need to get my car in. I need to get my bike fixed. I have like so many little things to do. I have like a ton of just regular housework to do. One of those ones where, dude, like, I need to do more streams too. Like, I need to stream because I also, man, all I'm doing is stuff that's costing me money and not actually like working or streaming or anything to try and mitigate that. So I'm trying to get back into regular streams again this week. Having to go out and like, it's all regular. I'm like not having any disaster things happen really, but just when you're spending money on all the regular like maintenance things, you're like, fuck, I need to actually like make some of this back somewhere. I should do, I don't know, work? Should I work? You only have to work, right? Like, not just go out for groceries and things. So this feels very much like the first game's vampire level. I remember in Hammerwatch 1, the vampire level is where the game gets like really cool in my mind. So normally, we actually haven't had it happen in this one yet. I'm sure it's got to. If you spend too much time, like, 'cause we're clearing out all the level, and I'm kind of going really slow and like chatting and stuff too. Well, that wasn't even like a real trap, but Sorry, 1 second, you gotta think. Okay. Anyway. If you spend too much time in a level and you're not, like, running around fast enough, uncovering everything, you will eventually get, like, a great threat unlocked. And there'll be some mini-boss of some kind that'll come and attack you. And the vampire level in the first game, normally, like, the great threat is, like, a bunch of enemies. There'll be, like... And I swear we found it in this where, like, a swarm of rats will come out of, like, holes in the wall, and they'll chase you down, stuff like that. And, like, they're beatable, but they're just kind of nasty. So it's better to not have them happen. The vampire castle, when you get there to those levels, has the vampire come after you because he just keeps regenerating because he's a vampire, and you need to, like, over the levels, you're, like, assembling, like, you get, like, crosses and, like, a stake and stuff like that so that you can do the boss fight, which is a really cool mechanic, I thought. Like, the great threat is the boss, and he's just unkillable when you see him. And he becomes a real big problem. Try not to spend too much time kind of zoning out like I have, checking out all the traps and trying to figure them out and stuff. Oh fuck! Got stuck on that wall a little bit. That was a really easy one. Alright, I need to... I do want thinking those guys will take a little bit longer to activate, maybe not. Be smarter about that. Just purposefully fighting and uncovering the secret at the same time. 100% on purpose, all intended. I'm just very good at the game. Yeah, I obviously saw that hidden wall while I was fighting and got it. I'm that good. And I wanted to eat that fire, it makes me faster. All the damage boost, you fucking heathens. Obviously, chat's not a bunch of speedrunners. You do actually, if you catch fire, you do move faster in this. Which, it's very funny because you think like, oh, like it's this like kind of subtle, oh boy, way to give you an advantage to get out of fire. No, it's a huge disadvantage. It's a nightmare. It's the worst thing ever. It's such a great little like, oh yeah, no, it's helpful kind of thing. Then when you realize, you're like, oh wait, no, like most of the time, a lot of the traps set you on fire. And so because of that, you're like in a room full of blades and spikes and things like that, where if you move quicker, it's way easier to trigger more traps and get into more problems like that. So like sometimes it's advantageous, but honestly a lot of the time it is absolutely a huge problem. I always thought that was kind of a very clever thing that they did. It makes you think like, oh yeah, no, this is super helpful. And it's like, oh, haha, yes. We're being helpful, don't worry about it. A lot of smart design in this game. I guess one of the negatives is, like, I like the meta progression in these games, but also... And it does give you, like, a lot of ways to play, like I said. Like, you can change basically every aspect of every part of your loadout, all the combos, like what triggers combos, what happens when you get into combo, like your skills, your items, your weapons and armor, like just so many different things that you can change. You can add like modifiers, the fountain to your runs, where there's like more traps or no traps, or like no secrets, more secrets, like all kinds of things. Move faster, but you take like damage. You can no longer be confused, but your resistance to this thing is bad. Like, you use so many things to customize all the different parts of your run. But that does mean that, what is our shadow use at? We're at 2? It does mean that there is so much meta currency to grind in this thing. Because all those customizable things are like, oh, you gotta pay gold for them, or spend wood to upgrade your town centers, or like get star levels so you can train more abilities, and it's a lot. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword on that one. So I've found that I've never had enough time to grind as much as they want me to grind in these. Fuck off. Where is the entrance? Yeah, that's gonna be there, isn't it? Is that is safe, okay. Oh, the corners are safe. Interesting. Wait, not all the corners. This one was safe too, though. Oh, I see. God, okay. Should be good now. That was very painful. Trap room was really cool, and also kind of nasty. I had to use a potion on there to not die. We're actually out of potions. Trying to fountain. It's really bad. Actually noticed. Got some more meta progress, that's good. after Sugadora, lots of like spend wood and gold to upgrade your town center, to spend more wood and gold and ore to upgrade other things that you unlock from your town center. There are like upgrades on upgrades on upgrades on upgrades to get upgrades, to upgrade things. Like, it's just, it can definitely be a lot. I like that life cipher a lot. Just get tankier. You don't love that it added additional town upgrade materials? Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that's pretty fair. It didn't need to have that. As much as I like a lot of the extra systems that they add in this, that is one that it's an extra layer of busy work that doesn't really need to be there. That is more damage, but... Just the thing is, this is item level 2, and this is item level 13. It's got extra spell crit, and that's the difference. Honestly, this is still just probably better. You have to be so close to these. See which one doesn't light up. Oh shit, well, you know what? Fine. Fuck it, just run. I don't have any potions. I do have that, however, where by using that, like, big red circle thing, you know, that's still a big red circle thing that we have. We do get life. Trying to use combat stain. Not at all a scary thing to have to do. That's only upside. Getting them with the edge of the whip to get the stun is hard in really hectic fights, but really, really strong. Closed circuit. 5 lightning damaged weapons. 10% chance to vulnerable to lightning strike the area. Ooh, okay. Seems really nice. I don't want to light this one yet. This removes Shadow Curse. I don't want to get rid of our Shadow Curse because it's actually giving us bonuses. Unless we like... oh god. We need to find a shrine that gives us more Shadow Curse, hopefully. I don't know if we can get another one though. A bad whip. Nice, unlocked another recipe. Yo, Kendrix! Thank you for the Prime sub. How you doing? Thank you for the 13 months. Man, that's like almost a year. How you doing? Let's go ahead. Add another attempt to Hammer Watch. Oh boy. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. I'm getting peace. We leaving. I don't have any healing. We need a fountain. Did I mention that? Did I mention that we need a fountain really bad? We need a fountain like really bad. You okay? Had a rough day, just chilling on the computer. Fair enough. I feel you on the long day. I wouldn't say my day has been bad, but it's just been a lot. I'm very, very busy. Overall, things have been looking up. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys fixed your basement stuff. That's a really horrible problem to have. Ooh. Shit. Okay, that's the way in. This one was a lot easier to find. Got lucky on it. Ooh, and we got a shop. So we can buy 2 things. God, if we could get the last one of the soldier's uniform, getting that crit weapon life leech would be really nice right now. You appreciate this gives OG Fit Zelda vibes? Yeah, it's a really rad game. I love this game a lot. Hello. Welcome home.
Thank you. You like my ice cream stains?
Oh no! You got some ice cream.
I got a blizzard on the way home.
Oh.
And it's very hard to eat a blizzard while you're driving.
Yeah?
So my shirt ate some blizzard.
You gotta sacrifice a little blizzard to the shirt. Let's go with the evasion. I feel like I've done pretty bad on this run, but also I've gotten like handed a bunch of Markham stuff and we've had really good luck. So we've been making some good progress. Stood in that. Yeah, my day was weird. I also almost had like a really bad car accident, actually. I kind of needed a moment after it today. I didn't think I mentioned that earlier. So I was out doing all of my errands, which I had many. Someone was going through a light, and they had their right turn signal on, and I was going through it across from them, but I was turning left. So, I mean, if they're going right, and I'm going left, we're both facing each other, we can both go. Because there was 2 lanes. So, like, they just take the close lane, I take the far lane, all good. I went to go, and they went and floored it as fast as they could with their turn signal on and went straight. And I had to like slam on my brakes and swerve out of the way, and they never even looked at me. Which was interesting. Yeah, so like I was going, like we're going like this towards each other, where I'd turn left and they should turn right, and we just, you know, go. And instead they just went, and like went through, and just, like I said, they never looked, never stopped, like, and I was like squealing tires, trying to get out of the way. They just missed me by like inches. It was incredibly close. I was really surprised they didn't like honk at me or something, because I'm guessing that they just forgot that they had their light on. Yeah, somebody was just going along with their blinker on and just didn't realize it. They like gunned it off of the light too, though. Like, it was one of those things where they had like immediately like full pedal to the metal. Getting a lot of lightning damage stuff. I'm gonna do the conflagration. Let's do that one. I got that other upgrade that gives the life essence. I need to remember to use it more. I did once, like 15 years ago, almost have another accident almost exactly the same way. Like, it was the same situation, and it was on my birthday, which is why I remember this, because I was on my birthday and I had a bunch of friends in the car with me, and they almost smashed into me because they had their blinker on, and they were also a bunch of, like, say kids, but young adults, like we were, and they had their window down, and they, like, he rolled his window down, and he's like, "Hey, fuckhead, what are you doing?" And I went, "Your signal light's on!" And then, as they drove, like, because we all both slowed down because we almost hit each other. And then, as they started driving away, like, one of the passengers leaned their head and they're like, "We're sorry!" So, like, I was like, okay. We actually laughed and it was like, alright, that's a little better. Like, they realized, they were like, "Oh shit, whoops." Like, it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, nobody's hurt. They, you know, like, they were kind of being dicks about it at first. They very quickly were like, whoa, sorry, no, that was our bad. I apologize. Yeah, I could very much tell that it was like a look down. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, no, it was. Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm like, okay, I mean, pay more attention, but also, oh, cat just rolled onto my keyboard. But, you know, everyone does make mistakes. It's not like I've been a perfect driver. I will fully admit that recently, Tanya was in the car thing. Don't know why I did this. I'm like never do this. I'd say I'm normally a pretty good, careful driver, but like, I got to a light and I just started going through it, and she goes, "Holy shit, it's red!" And I went, "Wait, oh my god, it is red!" Like I swore it was green, and I just went through. Like there was no one around, but it was just. And like honestly, I don't know that I've ever done that before in my life, but you know, like weird accidents happen. You can't be perfect all the time. You just want people to at least, like, acknowledge when they fucked up, if you know what I mean. We're going to have to swerve out of the way to not hit you. It'd be nice if you could at least get the acknowledgement of, like, looking and going, I don't know, something. Okay, we have potions again, we gotta remember that. So we've got a fire one and an ice one. I'm guessing I can't hit these? No, that's a bad idea to go near it, that's what I thought. Is that a triple check? Yeah, you're throwing that out. It's a thing that you do. It's not like an ad where I can get rid of it. Man, our resistances are so high. Our resistances to armor because of the marking stuff. It's incredible. It's funny that we like decided not to get rid of all of our shadow curves because it's better to have some. Because like our resistances and things are so good. Boss is weird too, in that like they actually have a shared life bar. Hammerwatch normally did like, oh, you can get rid of one of them at a time. This doesn't have that. I wonder, lack of statues. A lot of times that's a thing. Be careful. I might as well. No, it doesn't look like that was doing any damage. There's a hammer one. Here's a hammer one. Here's a hammer one. There's a hammer watch one boss that they have like statues that you can also attack in the arena at like much reduced damage. There's like little tricks and moves. Oh god. We've got a flamethrower hand. You were in a car on the passenger side that was T-boned on that passenger side. Yeah, I was in a really, really scary accident right when I met Tanya. Because I got T-boned. There was a woman that was going the wrong way up a one-way street, speeding without her license, and I was just going down the straightaway, and she came out of this one-way street where I'd like, why would I look? And she didn't stop or slow down or anything, and just absolutely fucking creamed me. This adds shadow curve, if I remember correctly. Yup. Okay, I've got to be really careful about that then. That's a lot of shadow curse really quickly. Yeah, that accident set me back a lot. I was really, really lucky because it was winter, and so because of that, the roads were really icy, which was a huge bonus, because if the roads hadn't been icy, I'd have taken all of that impact. Instead, my car just, like, got thrown into a tree. But it pushed in my door. Like, she hit me, like, I'm driving, she hit me here. I, like, kind of, at the last second, I looked over to the side, and I saw headlight here and headlight there. She hit me dead on. The tow truck driver would not believe me that I was the driver. And they were really upset when there wasn't an ambulance called to me. And I'm like, no, I'm actually fine. I walked away from it. And the tow truck driver, like, argued with me. Like, you can ask Tanya. That one, I'm like, I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, they were just, like, literally, like, no, where's the, like, you're in shock, where's the actual driver? And I'm like, no, like, I'm fine. And they're like, no, you can't be fine. There's no way you walked away from this accident. Do you think she wondered why there were no stop signs? I think that she was really young and fucking around and joyriding it. Like, I mean, not really stolen, but I think that she was like, it was her parents' car. And I think that it was, she was just very much like screwing around with a friend that she had in the car, and they were just goofing off and driving really recklessly. And they knew that they were going through that intersection and just didn't think that they would have any consequences for it. It was one of those. Modern cars have played around us to save us. Sure, that was an old car though. That was a really old car that I had at the time. I was lucky, it was a Toyota. It was a really well-made Toyota. That was the part that sucked, because I ended up losing a car that I couldn't afford to lose. Because they gave me the book price for the car, but it was a car that had been maintained by this little old lady kind of thing. And it was in much, much better shape than any car that old had a right to be. So, like, I got a similar car for that price, and it broke a gear. Yeah. Sounds like it was a good way to ruin their life to go to jail for it. It very much sounded like when she was caught and stuff that, like, it was her parents' car, and they didn't necessarily know that she was something kind of thing at the time. Which is why, like, she didn't have her license on her when she did it. I don't know that she was a teen. She might have been 20. She was definitely over 18. she was like a local star athlete, I found out, in one of the, we have like a college and a university in my town. And her parents were pretty well known, so she was one of those. She got a lot of special treatment for that. Because, like, eventually she actually fought the tickets and took it to court. And they made me take the day off and come to court. So I had to take time off work and show up in court where the judge didn't call me, nor did any of the lawyers or anything. So I was there for no reason. And when I saw the officer who had attended the accident, I showed up at the court outside and he goes, "Oh, they made you come in?" And I went, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, well, just so you know, I'm just letting her off on everything." And I went, "What?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, she said that she's really sorry." He's like, "So I recommended they just not punish her for any of it." And I went, "What? Why?" And he's like, "Well, you weren't here." And I'm like, "Well, it's not even the time yet." Like, so in the end, they followed the recommendations, and she downgraded the T-boning me and destroying my car, and I'm really, really luckily not putting me in a hospital. I should show pictures of that accident. It is wild that I walked away from it. Because, like, my car was almost folded in half. Like, you would be stunned to see that car. The driver's side door was pushed in to over halfway past the steering wheel. I somehow just like moved with it, and I didn't get hurt. But despite that, so for speeding down a one-way street without a license and causing a horrible accident that could have very seriously injured me and absolutely totaled my car and hers, she got like $100 fine? I think it was 100. Might have been 150. That's what they downgraded it to. No demerits on the license. And she didn't recognize me because we walked out of court together. And she was giggling and laughing with a friend. And so I turned and looked at her and I go, "Oh, did you have a really good day in court?" And she goes, "Yeah, it was great." And I went, "That's really cool, because I still haven't talked to a lawyer yet to see how much I can sue you for. I'm the person you have." And then walked away. And like, I wasn't ever going to do that, but I at least felt good for a moment to be like, well, hopefully that makes her at least a little bit, like, maybe cognizant on some level that, hey, you could have really hurt somebody. Sorry, that one bothers me, so whenever I think about that story, I talk about it a lot. Man. It felt like a failure, kind of. Ooh. It felt like a failure at all levels, where like, no judge or lawyer ever talked to me or asked me about anything, but they demanded that I come into court. The cop, like, just decided to, you know, do whatever he wanted. Like, she was just fucking around. Like, it felt, the whole thing reeked of, like, weird nepotism and stuff. Everything about it, and everything that I knew about her afterwards, very much seemed like, oh, this is like, I took Dad's car when I wasn't supposed to and was kind of fucking around with it, but at least my dad and mom are like important enough people that like they kind of talked about it to a few people, pulled a couple strings, and I'll be okay. They always have. And it was like just frustrating. Because it cost me a lot. That accident really. I'm really lucky it didn't cost me anything physically, but even so, like, just destroying that car was such an unbelievable deal when I got it. I knew a mechanic that he was like, okay, wait, I found a car that you will get for an unbelievable steal for how good it is. And then it lasted for like a year and a half and she totaled it. Cost me thousands of dollars that I just couldn't afford at the time. Not that I can afford it now, I guess. A few years back, we got into a head-on run into. Oh god, oof. Yikes. You were turned slightly sideways since some of your friend when you were was driving, and then you were on your brack. Something broke in the seat reclining thing when the airbag deployed. Glasses are off, airbag everywhere. Like, what the hell happened? Your friend who was very laconic just went deadpan. This guy just totaled my car. Oof. Yeah.
Stay down.
Should have 2 Shadow Curse left or something. Oh, do we have none? Oh no, we did, right, because we got 6 and we had 2. No, so 8, yeah, no, that's perfect, yeah. Ah, I actually wanted to keep a little bit. Dang. Got cited for left of center, but drunken high on Xanax guy didn't show up to court, so the judge decided we were no longer at fault. Yeah, yep, yeah. That'll do it. Not showing up to court is generally a bad thing. Drunk Xanax guy does have a really bad superhero power set, that's true. Or a really good one if you're, you know, appropriate with it. Whatever that would be. Yeah, for my accident, the person that I wish I had thanked him at the time. The person that showed the most concern for me by far was the tow truck driver. They're like, I have attended tons of these accidents, like, you should be sitting down, you shouldn't be moving around, they should call an ambulance, like, you're just in shock, you're not feeling it, like, there's almost no way that you walk out of this without any real injuries. And he was, like, very obviously upset that they hadn't called anybody to check me over. It was one of those things where, again, I was a lot younger, and I was in a little bit of shock, just in the, like, you know, you get shaken up from an accident like that. But I was fine wildly enough. And I do firmly agree with him now, where I'm like, you know, he was 100% right, and I really should have thanked him for being like, trying to be really adamant that I needed more help than I thought. Even just to be careful. Because it was a really bad, like... So I think that I do have old photos of it somewhere. Like, that accident was very scary. If you saw the aftermath of it, you'd almost certainly be stunned that I actually walked away. It definitely was a, okay, well, the driver's in the hospital kind of accident. But it didn't make sense that I was okay. I am out of potion. Didn't realize it. Turns out it's very hard to keep the car right of center during a head-on collision, by the way. Sure, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there are some shitty tow truck drivers, but... Oh my god. Hell yeah. I'd almost always rather have a tow truck driver show up than a cop, and that's for basically any situation. We are clear of Dreadmore. Good to see you, John Locke. God, I do hate that, like... Let's just say that we finished Dreadmore. Like, I don't know. I hate that it's stuck in this spot where now it's like, well, you never cleared it. But it's like, well, the game crashed while I was on the final boss and stole all of our saves. And it's not the first time that it did that. So, like... I actually won't Shadow Curse anyways, it's fine. Funny enough, it's kind of good. Oh, it needs 40. God damn it. I'm like, sweet, I really need an upgrade like that. It needs more strength. Dang. Yeah, Mercurio locked in Monster Train 2 a while back. I didn't have it open, but Merc really wanted to see it and donated a ton of subs and stuff to do it. So, you know what? Why not? So we have a little queue going. And yeah, we'll clear it right away, but also Mercurio even gave enough subs to add it again, so it's rad. Whew. I think we're gonna struggle against this boss a lot.
Ow!
You've fortunately never been in a car accident. That's a nice thing to have. They're not fun. Yeah, they get your blood pumping, that's true. Down with cars, up with trains. I would give a lot to be in a city and an area where I could just take public transit and not have a car at all. No question. If I never had to drive again, perfect. Unfortunately, I live somewhere that is like get across town. Like if I went to do the grocery shopping that I had to do today, kind of thing. For me to drive my car there is less than 10 minutes. For me to take a bus there is well over an hour and a half. I didn't think it was that close, but ow. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we have, unfortunately, some extremely miserable public transit in my city. Yeah, it's fine to find driving relaxing. I just personally, I can too, but I would give it up to just have the transit. That's... I like the Shadow Curse being negative, but everything else is so much better. Yeah, I'll do it. I should probably go for the meta progress, but this run's been going really well. Let's try and keep it going. Oh, right! Fuck. I didn't have a potion. What am I thinking? I was like, oh, I got a potion. I'll just... No, I did not. Whoops. Oof. Dang. Right after I sent back all that iron, too, to get an extra ability. Dummy. Oh, your aunt had a group of California State Supreme Court justices witness her car accident to give her backup as like, no, this didn't happen. That's rad. That's always nice. Yeah, exactly, John Locke. Like, that's the same problem that I'm in right now. Like, I don't want to wait for, you know, 45 minutes to an hour for a bus that doesn't go where I actually want it to go, and I'm still gonna have to walk for 20 minutes each side of it in my little city in like minus 30°C weather. Like, so I have a car, but also I would like to get rid of that car because we could easily have better transit than that. Alright, back to 3 attempts. Ooh, we only got 4 points. Dang. We did bring back a lot of money, I think, though. Yeah, a lot of money. The extra move speed's gonna be awesome. Extra dash charge seems really good, too. I'm gonna wait on spending that much cash, though, because there's a ton of upgrades to get. The hell is a bus? Help. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel ya. Dang, we got a lot of stuff. What does the enchant do? Ah, okay. So we gotta find blueprints for it. God, there's so much stuff to do in this. Dang, haven't gotten any blueprints yet, huh? I'm just gonna put these up anyway. Might as well. Also, we should have some, like, points in strength and stuff to do. Not just skill trainer, but is it this one? Yes. We have 6 to spend. What did we need to get these? 41? We're not anywhere close. Dang. Oh, buddy. Oh my god. Rolled over onto my mouse. Well, we'll not be able to wear those cool new boots that we got yet, but getting there. Neat. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, probably one of the coolest things about Europe, for sure, was just being able to use transit. Because, oh my god, just worlds of difference. I mean, unsurprising. It's a thing that everybody says. Oh, another thing is, man, European bathrooms, A+. Like, the public bathrooms, such a smarter way to do things. Like, at least where I went, right? Like, in Spain and France. Oh, okay, huh. I realized there's missions like that. Alright, with that, it's after 12. I'd love to keep playing. I really want to play more of this game. But I actually did not fully eat supper. I've been really busy today. It's been a time. And I need to get ready for Cider tomorrow. Got to get some work done. So I'm going to have to say goodnight. I hope you all have a wonderful time. What are those weird one-way mirror public bathrooms? Wait, what? What are you talking about? What? What? No, what? No, the cool... So, the bathrooms that I love, the way that they did it, were... Like, alright. So, you would just have... Like, this just solves so many fucking problems. Oh, God. And I'd have to imagine... Like, people get annoyed because they're like all the bathroom debates you hear about, like, oh, like with trans people and things like that too. And they're like, well, like, what if they go in those urinals and things? A lot of times it stalls. And it's like, well, like, you can't give everyone a stall, like, it's gonna be expensive. I think this actually solves all of those arguments instantly too. Because what they do is they just have, like, a line of toilets with, like, full walls and doors and stuff on them, which that sounds like, oh my god, that's so much infrastructure in comparison to, like, regular, like, a couple stalls and, like, urinals for men's washrooms, things like that. Except none of them have sinks or anything in them, and there is one set of sinks that is outside of the entire washroom that's like 2 or 3 sinks. Everyone shares them. That's it. So you don't have to run all the extra plumbing for that. You don't need, like, big banks of sinks in both washrooms. Like, that's the right way to do that. Everyone just gets, like, an individual toilet in a really small little cubicle. That's all you need. It's good for whatever you need to do. And then you get out and you wash your hands with everybody. The piping's all under one wall, and it's mirrored. Yep. Like, honestly, I would be very surprised if it cost more money. I bet that it costs less than most of the washrooms here. And then you don't have to worry about, like, they don't have men's and women's washrooms. You just have washrooms. You just go to the washrooms, you come out, you wash your hands, you're done. That's it. And honestly, the other thing too is that I bet that it also gets more people to wash their hands. And the reason why I say that is because you would have, like, it would be a hall in the back with all the toilets, and the actual, like, hand washing station is basically open to the restaurant in most places, or, like, wherever we were. So it's like, if you walked past that, like, it wasn't just the people in the washroom that saw it. It was, like, basically everybody around you that would be able to just be like instantly. So, like, I bet that it solves so many issues. It's like, that's just, like, icing on the cake, right? Talk about perfect. Just instantly, like, every single person in this restaurant can just go. I know who didn't wash. Like, I can see it. And I mean, it didn't need to be private because you're just washing your hands. Like, whatever. So yeah, it just was a really nice setup, and pretty much everywhere that we went, all the washrooms were just wonderful. They were so good. There were 1 or 2 washrooms that were truly despicable at, unsurprisingly, bus stations. Which, like, okay, like when you're at like when you're at like the discount Paris bus station, and you go into like the far back washroom, yeah, it wasn't great. It was a bad experience, but like generally they were pretty good. Yeah, love them all. I don't know either, John Locke. I think that you would be correct. I'm Canadian and I should know French better. I had the really weird experience. I need to go to bed. But I had the really weird experience in France where it was very strange because I tried to study more French again before we left. And I could not speak any of it. I was so bad with it. My Spanish was a lot better. It was atrocious. I couldn't do anything in French at all. Totally could not understand anybody speaking it. Totally could not speak a word of it to anybody else. I felt horrible about it. Because, like, as a Canadian, too, like, we did learn French in school. And it was just, I mean, Quebecois French, which is a fair bit different. But still, just the whole thing. It was, like, kind of embarrassing. But then I had the really weird experience. Which is, there's French written on all of our packaging and stuff. Because we're a dual language country. So it's required to be on like cereal boxes, all that kind of stuff has to have French on it. So because of that, we were going to like the Louvre and all these famous museums and like tourist spots and stuff like that. Mostly museums. We went to a lot of art museums and things. And I would walk up to like a display and go, oh, on this date in 1945, 2 battalions of French troops. Like I'd read it 100%. Every menu, I like stumbled over almost 0 words. I could read it almost perfect. I was like 95% able to read everything that I came across. There was very few things that I tripped up on, and it was all stuff that I was like, okay, if I think about the context, okay, that's what that means, because like, you know, I'd miss like 1 or 2 words, and that was it. And so it was like, oh, I have this nightmare where I'm like looking at menus and I know everything that's in there. I can tell you every ingredient. I can tell you everything the menu says, but I can't fucking tell the waiter what I want without just pointing to it. They're like, do you need an English menu? And I'm like, no. And they're like, do you speak any French? No. None at all. Not a lick. But I don't need an English menu. I can read all the French perfectly fine. I'm totally cool with that. You don't need to give me a special menu. So it was just very, very funny. It was a really weird experience because I just didn't expect that. I didn't expect that I would be that literate, but I had no problems whatsoever. It was really, really funny. In any case, bedtime for me. Hope you all have a wonderful night. This is a lot of fun. It's been a blast just chatting with you all. And I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing some more DOS Cider, our ranking of DOS games. We'll do some more Roguary on Thursday, I believe. We have the whole schedule up in the Discord, which is free for everybody, so you can always check that out there. Thank you to the wonderful people that subbed tonight. Thanks for just hanging out, for lurking. If you like the stream, those follows mean a lot. Whew, all that stuff. Oh, we also have the podcast coming out tomorrow, too. I just edited the new one, and it was an incredible ride for our podcast episode this week. We watched a movie that was about an IBS demon. I am not kidding. It ruled. It was kind of great. It had some really interesting stuff in it. Let me host you to somebody else. Don't go away.